what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Clementine. So I thought it would be fun if I did a kind of girly book talk with you guys. I've seen a few other YouTubers do this and it seems like a really fun video to make. I think that it's really good if you can find someone who kind of has the same like genre of books and can give you a list of books that you can read. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you 10 book recommendations for teen girls, or this is just more, I think, centered toward teen girls, but if you're not a teen girl and you want to read these books too, that's totally fine. So some of the books I read like on a Kindle or Bard, but these are like the ones, some of them I'm going to be showing you. Okay, so I just have a list on my computer that I can read off, but the first books, well, this is like the first one, but then the second one's like the next book in the series are the American Royal series. So these books are really good books. So the first one, it's about like this royal family. It's like American Royals, you know, kind of with this title, but it's told through lots of different perspectives, and it's like a kind of rom-com book, I guess. It's realistic fiction, and it's told through all the different perspectives. So it's told through the three kids that are the like royals, and then one of the royals' best friends, and it's about like one of them falls in love with one of the royals, like her friend, and then one person falls in love with like a different person. It's a really good book. It's definitely one of my favorite books that I've read for teen girls. I'm hoping that the author comes out with a different book or like a third book, but it was like amazing. And then the second book is more about getting to know more into those relationships, and like the girl who is the eldest becomes well, actually, I'm not going to say anything yet, but like she has to make some big decisions in her life and big things happen. But the main four characters, I think their names are Samantha, Beatrice. Oh, wait, no, sorry. It's told through three different perspectives. And the other girl's name, I don't remember, but there are like some love things going on. It's such a good book. You guys have to go get them. So it's called American Royals. And then there's another one. Oh my gosh, I just saw that she came out with a third book. Okay, so this book is by Catherine McGee, and it's called American Royals, and then there are the series. Go read them right now. They're amazing. So that was number 1 and 2, and the second book, or the third book, sorry, is Becoming by Michelle Obama. I think a lot of people have read this book. It took me quite a long time to get through, but I think it's such a good book. And then in the middle, it just has like all these pictures. It's basically about Michelle Obama's life, and she grew up like on the south side of Chicago, but this book is so good. It's so inspiring because she's gotten so far with her life. It talks about like I said, her childhood, how she didn't have much, and then going to school, and then meeting Barack Obama, and like becoming first lady. It's a really, really good book. 10 out of 10 recommend. Go read it. So the fourth book was the book that I just finished. It's Lessons by Gizelle Bunchen. It's along the lines of Becoming. It's a really, really good book. It's very inspirational. If you don't know who Gizelle Bunchen is, she is she's not anymore, but she used to be a Victoria's Secret model, as well as just an overall worldwide model in the 90s and 2000s. She's married to Tom Brady, and she's got some kids, and it's just about like her life, but it's not like Michelle Obama's book that's like taking you through each chapter. So for this, like the chapters are like, it all starts with discipline, challenges or opportunities in disguise. The quality of your life depends on the quality of your relationships. It's like self-care, like how to like work on yourself and become your best self. You know, that's why it's called Lessons, but it also brings you along with the story. And I didn't know like anything about Gizelle Bunchen, and now I respect her so much, and she's an activist, and she's really amazing. So this book is so good. I got it from like an Amazon bookstore in DC, but I'm pretty sure you can get these in a lot of different places. These next books are called the Geek Girl books. There's a series, but I'm only showing one of them. It's by Holly Small. This is a little bit of an easier read, but the Geek Girl is a really good book. It's about this girl who lives in, a little bit outside of London. She lives in England with her dad and her stepmom, and I think her stepmom's pregnant, or I don't know if that's like a surprise or something. I'm sorry if I just said that, but she's a geek, you know. She's bullied in school. She only got like a few friends, but she gets discovered and becomes a model, and it's about like all the stuff she does. This is a pretty big series, but like I said, it's a pretty easy read. But it's just about like this girl, it's kind of a geek that becomes a model. Who wouldn't want to read about that? So the next book on this list is One of Us is Lying. I will look it up right now to see who the author is, but I really liked this book. A lot of the books I read are more like girly romance, kind of realistic fiction. But One of Us is Lying is a book by, is that right? One of Us is Lying. Okay, it is by, sorry, my computer's loading. Okay, it is by Karen McManus, or M. McManus, sorry. It's a really good book. It's kind of a murder mystery. Basically, this guy, he dies. He was allergic to peanuts or something, and he's like in detention with some other kids, and like they're all considered suspects because like he drank this water that had like peanut oil in it, and you don't know who it is. And it was a very big plot twist. It's not who you would expect. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's told through 4 other kids that were in the room at the time, and it all like kind of talks about their alibis. Yeah, I thought it was a really good book. Not kind of the books I kind of tend to read, but it was really interesting anyways. Okay, so for number 7 is this book that I am currently reading. I'm reading this at home, and I'm also reading a book at school for book club, but it's called Queenbees and Wannabes. I have not gotten far into it, you know, I'm right there. It's not much of a read itself, but being a teenage girl, you know, you're gonna experience some mean behavior. You might be a mean girl. You might feel left out. You might feel like, oh, my friends, like they're being bullied. I don't know what to do about it. And you're gonna feel peer pressured. And this book is basically all about that and how to deal with it. My mom was actually looking on like some Facebook thing, and like there was this thing saying like, oh, my daughter, she like feels left out and like she's having a hard time with friends in her friend group, and someone said read the book Queenbees and Wannabes, and my mom decided to get it for me. Right now I'm just reading about like all the different like roles you can have in like a mean girl group. It's just about how to steer away from that, and I think it'll be a good thing to read. It's more of like study shows, blah blah blah, but then it has like things from what teenagers have said. But this is a good book if you know you need something to help you become a better person. Next up is a book I haven't actually read for a long time, but 10 out of 10 for just everything about it, I guess. You know, it's a really good book. Malory Towers by Enid Blyton. These books were made a long time ago. This is just one of the ones that I had sitting over like where all my books are, because I have like all my nicest books over there. But Enid Blyton, Malory Towers, is about these girls who live in England, and they go to boarding school. It's just about their life. I think it's a 6 or 7 book series. The writing's like this. It's an easy read. I always read these if I need like a comfort book or something. They're so good, and there's like all the different characters you meet, and you get really invested in it, and like every year there's like a new character, and like I don't know, I really like these books, and they're small, they're compact, and Enid Blyton's a really good writer, so definitely 10 out of 10. My mom actually used to read these to me, now that I think about it, when I was little. But just everything about them is so good. It's so good. So the next book is the book I'm currently reading for school right now. It is called The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicole Yoon, I think. It's about this girl, and Natasha, she is going to get, she's gonna get kicked out of America. Oh yeah, it's by Nicole Yoon. But she's gonna get kicked out of America because her family is from Jamaica, and they're legal immigrants. And she meets this guy named Daniel, and he is just living his life, you know. He's like, there's not a lot going on in his life, and they just, I think they fall in love. I don't know, I haven't got that far yet. I'm like 100-ish pages in, but I will tell you how it ends if you want me to. If you want like a part 2 of this, like spoilers of all the books I read, I will tell you, but it seems like a really good book so far. It's a nice romance book. I think it's probably like if you're a bit younger, I probably wouldn't read it. I haven't got that far in yet though, but I would definitely recommend reading it if you want one of those like hardcore romance books, but like hardcore romance for teens, not like anything like gross. And then for number 10 on this list is the Christmas Shopaholic book. It's by Sophie Kinsella, and she actually has a whole Shopaholic series. This just happens to be the last book in her series, which I mostly recently read. I tried to make it like a thing where I was like, I'm gonna finish this book by Christmas because it's about Christmas. But basically it's about this woman. She lives in England. I read a lot of books about people living in England. Don't really know why. I think it just interests me. But it's a whole series. It starts off just being, I think, like Confessions of a Shopaholic, you know, like, and it's just about this lady, you know, she's living her best life. But in this book, this is probably gonna spoil some stuff from the last books, but she obviously has a shopping problem, like the title, and she has decided to host Christmas with her family, but she is having tons of issues. There's tons of stuff going on. It's more of like a good, heartfelt, warm read. No, not actually heartfelt. I mean like lighthearted read. It's not, there's not like a massive plot or anything. It's just interesting. It's just a fun book. But I think it's really nice. It's just like a comfort book that you could read in the bathtub on like a Sunday night or something. I don't know. I love it. It's such a good book. So you should go ahead and read it. So those were the books in my little book diaries video. Let me know if you want me to make a second one. I'm always looking for new books also to read. So if you have any good book recommendations, just put them down in the comments. I would love any of these types of books. As you've seen, the types of books I like to read. I have a very specific type of reading that I like to do. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe, hit post notifications, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye!